Yo, what's up, y'all? It's the Real Mulatto, aka Classy Raps, aka God Brawley. I've come to a realization. I want to share some information. I didn't mean to rhyme that, but it happens. I've come to the realization that, there's a lot of hypocrisy in the world. There's a lot of falseness. Like, when you think about how, when we were younger, what they used to say. Oh my God, he's such a complete tool because he's, let's say, a masculine guy. He only cares about working out. You know what I'm saying? He's a big, strong guy. He's a tool to that person. But in all reality, men are tools, and men are used as tools for different things from women. Women, in men's eyes, are used for maybe 2-3 things. Women have a variety of things that they can use each and every man for, because that's what they are there for. They use men as tools. There's nothing wrong with it. That's how it should be. The only problem is when lines start being blurred. It's like, okay, he's a tool because he's masculine, and he's just like, I gotta go to work. I can't talk about my emotions. But then when you got the ones that want to talk about their emotions, or that do this and that, he's too feminine. Or you have the complete polar opposite, which is you're too masculine. Maybe you're hiding something. So maybe by you wanting to be super strong and masculine, maybe you just really want to be a girl, and that's what it is. That you don't want to be strong. You're just trying to hide. All that testosterone and beard, you're just trying to hide that you really want to just like let it all go and just be free as a bird and be, just like express yourself. But here's the problem. Why can't we express ourselves in a masculine way that's healthy in the eyes of the public when it concerns women? Like, why can't we be just free as men to be masculine? Why is it that you have mothers who will tell their sons, yell at their sons, sit down, you're moving around too much? Well, we all know it's in the nature of, boys to have a little bit more energy than the girls, to want to, bounce around and get that masculine testosterone up. But if you keep sitting your boy down, what you expect him to be? You sit him down and give him a carton of juice and some snacks, and you put him in front of a video game or in front of the TV watching cartoons. What do you expect is going to happen to that kid? He is going to lose his masculinity. And then what are you going to say? You know what the question is? Will you guys ever be happy? Men, women, whoever it is that I'm talking to, will you ever be happy? And just, let people do what they want to do, man. Sometimes you got like a guy, right? He might want to open a can with like the edge of a knife or something. And the wife is like, what are you doing? Like, you can just use the can opener. You're such an idiot. But why does he gotta be an idiot? Why can't he just be like, taking it back to nature, enjoying his, primal Neanderthal skills? Like, why does it gotta be so negative? That's really my question. Like, why does everything gotta be so negative? Excuse me, guys. Why can't... It's a lot of rain out here right now. I'm driving to Jersey. But why can't we all just get along, basically? I feel like people need to come together and stop all this hypocrisy. I feel like also the manipulation is too much sometimes. It's just too much sometimes. It gets to be ridiculous. I mean, see, but I guess that's what happens when you have a free society. You're gonna have ideas that clash. You're gonna have people's creativity go against someone else's creativity. You got a gradation of things sometimes. Like you might have the super masculine guy, Andrew Tate. Punch him in the motherfucking mouth. Like whatever, do your push-ups, stop crying like a fucking bitch, get in the fucking ring, do something with your fucking life, stop fucking jerking off. That's, the hyper masculine, and it comes with its own set of issues. Women will say he's too masculine. If there is such a thing, is there such a thing? I don't know. These are the things that we need to discuss. Do we even really know what we're talking about half the time? Like, the same way I could say, I don't know, is the same way someone who is so, gung-ho about an idea and can, at any moment just say, bro, I don't even know if this is the right way to go. Because none of us really know what is right and wrong completely. We're human beings trying to figure it out. I mean, the same way that someone could, be of a religious organization, for instance, and say, women shouldn't lay with women, man shouldn't lay with man, and women shouldn't dress as men, and men shouldn't dress as women. You have organizations that say this. Now, I don't want to give my opinion on it because I feel like opinions, they change over time. My opinion at the moment is people should be free to dress how they want to dress, do as they want to do, as long as it doesn't affect anybody in a negative way. Do what you want to do, but as long as there's some, level of decency involved. Now, the problem with that idea in itself is that decency is subjective, because the same way a woman can wear her shirt down with her breast out, like with her cleavage showing. If a man were to wear a very deep V-neck and he was a very muscular guy, some people might say, put some clothes on, man. Or, some people might feel, it just really depends. There's rules for different situations, it seems like. And this is not a rant. I'm trying to find the exact words to, really give a good talk to you guys, because there's a lot of things that we say we know and we understand that we don't even actually understand. If we took some time and put, even just 20 minutes into thinking of whatever it is, but in a different way, or thinking of it from the perspective of the other person, or playing the devil's advocate, you begin to see that there's really right and wrong is based on perception a lot of times. For instance, in one country, it could be okay for a girl to lose her virginity at a certain age, and it's okay for her to have sex with whoever she wants to. In a different country, it can be, against the law for that girl to have sex with someone who's of a certain age. So, at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that we don't know. We're going to figure them out over time, as a society, as a whole. Maybe over thousands of years it may take to figure out some of these things, because some of these things are very deep, you know what I'm saying? You got fathers that have daughters, that don't want their daughters to date anybody. Those same fathers, when they were younger, were looking for girls to date. The same things that they wanted, that the fathers wanted to do to the girls when they were 15, 16. They don't want their daughter doing with someone who is 15, 16. So you have mothers who can kiss their sons on the lips, flirt with their sons, and it's okay. No one thinks of the psychological damage that occurs when a mother flirts with her son, or when a mother doesn't wear a bra around the house and her nipples are hard, or she says something that's a sexual innuendo, or your mother says something that you as a child feel is inappropriate. And you say to yourself, wow, why'd she say that? Why'd she do that? Well, why does grandma keep trying to kiss me on my lips? You know? Little stuff like that, you know. People don't care how it affects the mind of a young boy or the mind of an adult man. You know, there's hypocrisies on both sides of the board. It's not one way or the other. We all have to learn that having an open mind, being caring and loving is the main goal, and the only way to do that is by not being so judgmental of each other. When we pass judgment on each other, it's best to apply the same judgment to ourselves. That's why when sometimes I'm about to laugh at something, I think about, should I be laughing at this? When I'm about to laugh at somebody that got hurt badly or whatever from karma, is that something that I want to practice? You know what I'm saying? Do I want to practice laughing at somebody just because they did something bad to somebody else and they get a punishment? Is it my right to sit there and enjoy their suffering or their pain or humiliation or ridicule? These are the things that come along with being a human being that we just can't avoid. We're trying our best to be civil. We're trying our best to be of a good nature with everybody. And at the end of the day, we're still monkeys. And if you look at Animal Planet or Discovery Channel, you will see that monkeys, although they may be very loving, very caring, and family-oriented, they are also very conniving, vengeful, vindictive, and petty. They do things sometimes just to annoy the other monkeys. Sometimes they cause damage to someone, to one of the monkeys from their own clan. Sometimes they bite each other for no particular reason, no apparent reason. Sometimes they'll drag their child, or if it's not their child, it's someone else's child, across the ground, beat it up until the child, the monkey, the baby monkey, is dead. So we're animals. Sometimes we do things that just don't even make sense. Sometimes we could be like just driving a car, driving down the highway, and just be like, yeah, 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 motherfucker. You know, you just say that out of nowhere because you just get all this energy or something, or whatever it is. Maybe you didn't even get a jolt of energy. Maybe you just do something strange out of nowhere. Like you just, you know, start talking to yourself or come up with an imaginary conversation with someone you just met. These types of things happen. We're human beings. Like I said, the goal is just to be better people. Every day, just try to do your best. Try to forgive yourself. Try to forgive your enemies. Understand people make mistakes. Stay on guard. Be focused. Don't forget that, you know, life throws monkey wrenches. And just try to be the best version of yourself every day. You know, that's my message to you guys, man. You know, I have no hate. I have no judgment toward anybody from a particular group. I really do love everybody, for real. I really, really, really do love everybody. And I feel like, yes, there's discrimination, you know, against blacks. There's discrimination against whites. There's discrimination against Asians, you know, Middle Eastern, Europeans. There's discrimination against everybody. Children. There's discrimination against homosexuals. There's discrimination against religious groups, political groups, political affiliations. At the end of the day, there's got to be some type of way we can just not hurt each other, you know? Just try our best to look past our differences, you know? Some say that people who practice a certain lifestyle are mentally ill. Okay, that's what they say. But see, here's what I was saying about the spectrum and gradation of things. Some people who display no signs of mental illness can be mentally ill. Some people could do certain things that it just, like, I'm going to give you an example. You got a dog that you have in your house. Every time the dog barks or acts like a dog, you hit the dog. That, to me, in my perspective, is a form of mental illness. You enjoy brutalizing or harming creatures that don't understand your requests, that cannot fulfill your requests. You are abusive. Abusive behaviors are a form of mental illness. Now, there's not only physical abuse, there's mentally abusive behavior. Now, this is not just saying, you're so fat, you need to lose weight. It's not just that. What if it's the way you speak to your husband or wife? What if it's the way when you're with your husband, the way you act around other men? You know this causes harm to your husband's psyche. You know he's trying his best to stay as good, as sharp as he can, masculine, keep you happy. Now, is this your way of keeping him sharp, masculine, and happy? By giving him a test? By looking at other men and making him question himself? Like, should I be doing more push-ups? Does she like her? Does she like him? Maybe it is. You know, maybe it's manipulation. But the problem, like I was saying, you know, this is not a women bashing topic or video. We need to be more transparent with each other. If you as the woman want certain things, you can say it. You want me to start developing my chest more? Okay. Because as the man, I'll tell you straightforward, I want to have sex right now. You got to do your best to satisfy the man. You as a man have to do your best to satisfy your woman. If she wants something done, you got to do it. Something that's physically demanding, if she wants it done, then you might as well do it then. Get your cigarette, get ready to do whatever the hell she wants you to do. That's what a good man does. And if you don't smoke cigarettes, even better. Don't do that. Not good for you. Public service announcement. And I'm not going against the tobacco company. I'm simply stating what's on the back of the label. Causes lung cancer. So anyway, guys, it was lovely talking with you. You know, giving you some of my thoughts. You know, some might call it a rant. To me, it wasn't a rant. It was just, just thinking about life in general. Like, we got a lot we got to learn as people, each and every one of us. So we can't be so quick to judge each other. When something happens and somebody does something heinous or wild, we have to sit back and say, would I have done something like that? Could I have done something like that? And even if you can't see yourself doing something like that, place yourself in the shoes of someone who is not mentally sound at the moment. That's the problem. A lot of people are called criminals when they're actually mentally ill too. Some are mentally ill. Some say that some are not mentally ill. They just have a propensity for crime. For criminal behavior. The problem with that is that that's another spectrum and gradation thing, another broad spectrum, because if you can diagnose mental illness, there's got to be mental illnesses so acute that they cannot be found by certain tests done by psychologists. Because just like there can be someone who weighs 150 pounds, there can be someone who weighs 149.9 pounds. Although it's very similar, they're two different weights. And with that being said, that creates a difference. The same could be said for someone's psychology. The person who would commit murder, who would commit many murders, someone would call them sick, right? Sick, mentally sick. But what about the person who does not commit the murder, but indulges in video games in which they murder people? And the only difference between that person and the other person is the fear of getting caught, or the fact that they had parents who told them, if you do this, this is what's going to fucking happen to you. The other person didn't have parents. The other person grew up in foster care. So when they did what they did, you have to place yourself in their shoes, which is why they say only God can judge. You cannot judge a man. Only God can judge a man. God be with you all. Blessings. Stay safe.